live captions. So please make sure if you have anything to say, meaning questions, or if you please volunteer any information if you are doing the problem with me for the one or two that pay attention in class. Any questions so far? All right. So thank you for, again, this works out a whole lot better. And I can see all of you except for Mr. Simpson. All I see is lights. I don't see anything. Is she there, or did she step out for a second?
She's going to go get some earbuds.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Here.
Okay. Tell me about the earbuds.
I literally
do they not have them, or do you not have them, or do you forget them, or what?
She has them, but they're not working.
Okay, because my son,
we got Bluetooth earbuds that don't work.
he's 15. He keeps his earpods with him like religiously. That's why I was asking. So anyway, all right, let's get started. Here is the test. I'm going to go ahead and start it. And the first question. If the linear correlation between two variables is negative, what can be said about the slope of the regression line? That means I want somebody to say something now. That's called a Q question. I want somebody to say something. Negative. Good job. Y'all are going to have a nice office one day. All right, a survey of 200 randomly selected high school students determined that 165 play organized sports. So how many people, what is the probability of somebody playing organized sports? What would it be? 165 over what? And nobody's going to say anything.
200.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I know it's painful, and I know that some people have made a creed not to communicate, but I appreciate you going out on a limb for me. And that's 0.825. So you type that in. And if 1,000 people, why did I pick A? Why did I not pick B? Somebody tell me why I picked A and not B. That means, again, I want somebody to say something.
Oh, wait, mine's good now. It says about instead of exactly.
Exactly. You do not want to use the word exactly in probability and statistics. So next, we'll check that. Next. Does Hubert replace your lowest grade with your final exam grade? No way, no how. And that's for helicopter parents too, so make sure you tell them that these questions are on your test. So that way, when you pull helicopter parents in, they can't fuss about your grade because you know it. It's right there. Okay? All right? Let y'all do this one. It says a table lists the drinking habits of a group of college students. If a student is chosen at random, find the probability of getting someone who is a non-drinker. So what is a non-drinker? We'll take our handy-dandy highlighter and we make sure it says translucent and we highlight a non-drinker. That's those two right there. So what will it be? It's going to be 135 plus 187, which is 322. And that's going to be 322 divided by 427. I got 0.754. And do we feel good about ourselves on that one? Everybody good? And nobody says anything. Next. A golf ball is selected from a golf bag. If the golf bag contains 7 green balls, 5 yellow balls, 10 red balls, find the probability of the following event. What's the key word here? What's the key word?
Or.
What does or mean? Additive law or multiplicative law? Additive law or multiplicative law?
Add.
Thank you.
Sorry, someone was trying to answer, but their
Well,
mic
actually, nobody should be talking because everybody should be listening with their ear pods. If there's talking, that means that you don't have your ear pods on, and therefore you're not following simple directions. So I don't know what I heard in the background, but it's not what I'm supposed to hear. When you say something, Miss Vincent or Miss Callahan, whoever answered that, I should hear nothing in the background. Nothing.
No, the student was trying to unmute his mic and
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's fine. Remember, I'm not there, so I can't see everything. What's the total of 7, 5, and 10? 22, Hubert. That's right, class. So that's going to be, there's 22, so that's going to be green is 7. So 7 plus 5 is 12, so that's going to be 12 over 22. So take your handy dandy calculator, 12 divided by 22. And I got 0.545. So that's going to be 0.545. And if you need to know how to do your mic, we went over that the first week of class. You just hit that button right there. There's your video, turn it off and on. And there's your mute, turn it off and on. Or you can hit Control-Shift-M.
It just takes forever for the microphone to turn on. So we are trying to turn on the microphone to answer you, but it's not turning on in time for us to answer you.
Thank you, Danielson. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Danielson, Karate Kid, forget it. Next. What should a student do if something happens and they're out of class for a while? You're supposed to wait until after grade turn in and bring your parents up and see if you can, get 0 taken off. No. You make sure you tell me if you're out of school for 2 or 3 days, which none of y'all have done that, so I'm not worried about it. All right. Somebody tell me what interest rates on car loans and cars sold. Is that going to be a negative or a positive correlation? As the interest rates go up, what will the car sales do? Go down, so therefore it's a negative correlation. Years of education and annual salary. Up, good. That's why you don't get an underwater firefighting degree at BFE University. You get a good degree. What about outside temperature and day of the week? No correlation. No correlation. And do we feel good about ourselves? Yes. Next. If you look at your overall grades one day and have decreased from several days ago, what has happened? A 0 has been placed in missed assignment. Now, the reason there are 4 or 5 0 questions on this test is because we have college students that come up here and they say, oh, I didn't know I got a 0. Yeah, they try that. So I put 4 or 5 of these questions on the test, and by the end of the semester, they can't say that. That's why I put them on here. So I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I'm telling you what we have up here at Tri-County. We have students. Is everybody listening? Because everybody's head is going in this direction. All right? You should be looking at the monitor. All right? We have students that do basically try to lie and tell me that they don't know that they get a 0 when they don't do an assignment, which is a bunch of crap. But anyway, next. Although covered in the handouts, what is the best way to communicate? It's Teams now, but it was cell phone. I got to change that question. Fill in the blank. In probability, a blank is any process that can be repeated, which the results are what? Uncertain. What is the only event that you do in science and math that you do not know the outcome?
An experiment.
Experiment. Okay. Next. Suppose that events E and F are independent. The probability of E is 0.3. The probability of F is 0.7. What is the probability of E? What's that key word there? What's the key word? And, Hubert. That's right, class. And what does and mean? Say again?
It means to multiply.
And what is 0.3 times 0.7?
0.21.
Well, I'm glad you didn't use a calculator for that. I actually have college students that use a calculator to multiply 0.3 times 0.7. A die is rolled. The set of equally likely outcomes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a question that people miss on a test. What is the probability of rolling a 7?
Zero.
Good job. Which one is not a probability distribution? Which one is not a probability distribution? Or which one is? Or tell me which one is not, and then we'll go with the ones that are.
D is not.
Why is D not a probability distribution?
Has a negative number.
Has a negative probability. Okay, what's another one? There's 2 that are not. Anybody know the second one?
E is not.
Why?
Wait. It doesn't add up to 1.
It doesn't add up to 1. So D and E are not, so A, B, C, and F. A, B, C, and F are consistent with the definition of probability. And what is the definition of probability? All probabilities have to be between 0 and 1 And when you add them all up, what do you get? 1. Next, if you toss a fair coin 3 times, what is the probability of heads and heads and heads? Notice I said heads and heads and heads. What are we looking at? Multiplicative or additive?
Multiplicative.
So you're going to raise 1/2 to the 3rd power, which is 1/8. Maybe I should take some of these questions off. They're too easy. In your grade book, to find the final grade after you have completed all your assignments, which should you choose? Overall grade. Yeah, Mr. McClure, I don't know which grade. I don't know where my grade is. Quit. All right, here is an example. So we're going to pull up our handy dandy calculator and type those in. Edit. Let's go with 14, 10, 8, 13, 13, 11, and 12. $15, 13, 9, 18, 19, 10, and 19. Let's go to second, stat plot, enter, enter, and graph. Mode 9. There it is. So what does it look like? I think it's either D, B is in Bravo, or D is in Delta. And I think it's Bravo because of the little hump right here. There's that little hump. But that's not, let's see. This one's not it because there's 2 separated. I think it's Bravo or Delta. Let me try Delta. That one's hard to see. Okay, Delta. Next. In the probability model, the sum of the probabilities of all outcomes must equal what? What are the sum of all the probabilities equal to?
1.
1. All right, y'all do this one. I'm going to put it in Excel for you. And I want you to give me the line, the regression line, the scatter plot, and the equation. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to pull it up in Excel. And I'm going to make it bigger. And give you a minute to do that. Go ahead. Everybody should be working on your calculator or Excel spreadsheet, one of the two. So the scatter plot looks like this. And the regression line, excuse me, looks like that. And the regression equation looks like that. So we've got a dot here, dot there, dot here, there, and there. The line looks like that. Y is equal to negative 0.760 x plus 6.638. And what is R? Because I don't know if they're going to ask that. Equals 0.9137. It's going to be close to 1 raised to the 0.5 power, 0.96. I just wrote this information down so I could type it in. So it's not C. Why is it not C? And why is it not D? Because what kind of slope do we have? Negative slope. So that means C and D cannot be your answer. So that also means that B and C cannot be your answer. So I believe B is your answer. And there is a linear negative relationship. Y is equal to negative 0.760x plus 6.638. We'll make sure there's a decimal there. And I believe that's the answer right there. That's it. So, of course, you see there's no residuals and no sum of the residuals. That was only in the homework questions. Next. Which one's the only answer, Alpha or Charlie? Two people missed this one in this class.
A.
Thank you. A. It says 2010 50 20. Why do you choose that over the 30 30 30? Why do you choose it over 30 30 30?
3 30s does
30
not equal
doesn't
100%.
give you 100.
Not equal 100. For the two people that missed this, let's make sure you remember it's 100%, okay? All right, try this one. A man or a non-drinker. So highlight yellow, man, and green, a non-drinker. Non-drinker is right here. Man is right there. So that's going to be 200. So yellow is 200. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. 200. And I don't know why. It's just. $200 plus green 322 I'm just about ready to quit. Try to do something nice for somebody. 322. Never seen a mouse. You have to actually. Oh. Minus, what's the overlap?
135.
Yep. Minus 135. I have to hit the mouse whenever I finish writing a number. I don't know why I have to do that. Anyway, all that over 422. Somebody punch that in for me, please.
0.191.
Well, just tell me which one it is. 422. Is it Alpha,
It's
Bravo, Charlie, or Delta?
Charlie.
Charlie. Next. All right. Sorry. All right. Put that in your handy dandy calculator and tell me which one it is. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta? Punch it in the calculator and tell me.
Alpha.
Alpha. I'm going to have a talk with the principals again because some people are not following directions. I hate it, but just don't get mad at me when they get mad at y'all because there's always one in the group. In this case, there's 3 or 4 that are running it for everybody. So next class, bring your ear pods. I don't want you in groups. I want you in individual stations. When you don't bring your ear pods, you start talking to each other. And when you start talking to each other, it messes up the whole system. So I'm going to have a talk with them again. And I hate to do it because it sounds so trivial that adults cannot act like adults. A certain disease only affects men 20 years of age or older. The chart shows the probability that a man with the disease falls in the given group range, age group. What is the probability that a randomly selected man with the disease is not between the ages of 55 and 64? So what does not mean? What did I tell you when you saw the word not? What is that usually indicating? Not. N-O-T.
The complement.
The complement. Kyle, you're the one that listened. Okay, so I'm going to highlight 55 through 64. And somebody tell me what the probability of not, you don't even have to do any math here. What is not 55 through 64?
0.68.
0.68, good. Next. Okay. If you take several forms of a unit test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? He takes the highest grade and drops the lowest. Suppose 37 car starts at a car race. Suppose 37 cars start at a car race. In how many ways can the top 3 finish? Trifecta. Somebody tell me how you do a trifecta. Combination or permutation? That means I want somebody.
Combination.
Permutation is order.
Combination.
Permutation is order. It's permutation, but thank you for answering. Permutation is order. So, calculator, 37. Permutation. Do y'all remember me saying a race is order? You remember me saying a race? Order is permutation. And you want the trifecta, which is the top 3. So there's 46,620. 46,620. Okay. So somebody compute, punch these in. I can't make it bigger. Punch those in and tell me what R is. And if you don't want to talk, you can type it in the chat.
Beta.
Which one did you say?
Beta.
Bravo?
Yeah.
Did anybody else get Bravo? I always want to confirm it. Somebody else get 0.96? Give me a thumb. Okay, we got a thumbs up. Good job. And I do that in all my classes. When somebody gives me, I always want somebody to confirm it. Next, 0, zilch, nada. When does the homework terminate? Toward the end. If you miss a question on a test and believe it is correct, ask Hubert to meet you after class. Hubert does not entertain extra point questions because he awards me points for these type questions, and he drops the lowest 2 on each unit test. Only email address that is real. In a certain lottery, an urn contains balls numbered 1 through 32, and you pick 5 balls. For a $1 bet, what is the probability of winning? So I'm going to do this on the calculator. And there's 2 reasons you're going to miss this on the test. Now I'm talking to about 80% of the class. There's 20% that's not going to listen to me. and they're going to get it wrong. I will not change this answer. Does everybody understand me? I will not change this answer because I'm telling you right now why you're going to miss it. One, you're going to miss it because you don't put the $1 above in the numerator. That's one reason. The second reason is you're not going to type in the answer correctly. So 1 divided by parentheses 32 combination. Let me make sure it doesn't say order. It doesn't. Combination, math, probability, combination, and how many balls? 5 balls. And that is your answer. Now, this is what y'all are going to do. Somebody that's not paying attention is going to type in this. They're going to type in 4 point, let's see, it says round to the nearest what? Third decimal point? Round to the nearest hundredth. So it'd be 4.97. This is what you're going to type in. 4.97 times 10 shift to the what? To the -6. And will you get it right? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
No, you won't. Can somebody tell me why? Because in the homework and the test, you can't use that X. X is an algebraic variable. You have to use shift 8. Write that down because, well, 80% of you is going to listen and do it. 20 to 40% of you are not going to do it. I will not give you points if you don't follow the simple attitude directions. Okay, next. And that is correct. Now I'm going to type in an X. See? Everybody see that? I'm going to type in a big X. Big X. Okay, little X don't work. I'm going to type in a big X. And it doesn't work either. Why? Because X is an algebraic variable. So the only way that you're going to get this to work is to type shift 8. And the 2 or 3 students that won't listen to me, they're going to get that wrong, and then they're going to come to me and say, can you give me points? And I'm going to say no. Next. All right, somebody put those in your calculator and give me Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta. And I'm going to need somebody to confirm it, so put them in your calculator.
I got Bravo.
Bravo? Somebody give me a thumbs up on Bravo. Okay. Next. Okay, we already did that one. God, I should take that one off. Can't believe I gave y'all the same question. 3 of y'all missed this on the test. 3 of y'all missed this question on the test. It's the only one with United States in front of it. Okay, somebody tell me what that last probability needs to be.
Five over 8.
Good job. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts in a 0 for a grade, what does that 0 do to your grade? Decreases it. A golf ball is selected from a golf ball type. This is a different question. 9 type A, 4 type B, 5 type C. What is the probability that the golf ball is not type A? Complement. So type A would be what? 9 out of 18. So 9 out of 18. Let's see. Yeah. So the answer is 9 over 18. 9 divided by 18. Oh, great. 9 divided by 18. Using a calculator with a mouse sucks. Should be 0.5. That's what I thought. $38. Somebody look at those dots. Is there a linear relationship? Yes or no?
Yes.
And which one is it? Is it A or is it delta? Is it Bravo or Delta?
Bravo.
Bravo. And what kind of relationship do y'all see there?
Negative.
Negative. What is the probability of an event that is unlikely? 0. And if 0 means unlikely, does that mean it's impossible? No. Remember, impossible is one of those words you don't want to use. We made 100. Now, was there anything on this test that you have not seen before? Not really. I mean, you may say, oh, we didn't have golf balls, we had marbles. Okay. Now, could I have made this test a whole lot worse? Yes, I could have. But you're going to have Unit 3 and Unit 4 to have to contend with. So I figure Unit 1 and Unit 2, why not give you a kind of a easy test? All right. So who's got questions? Okay, you're good to go, and I'll see y'all Monday. Get this homework and get this test done, and y'all have a good day. Good weekend. Bye-bye.
Mr. McClure,
Yes.
I got a question wrong on the test, and I feel like it should have been right.
Okay, let me look at it.
I think it was the last one.
I can pull up
Number
everything you've
39?
done. Hold on just a second.
Oh.
But I can't share it until everybody leaves unless there's another question. Is there anybody else got another question? Okay, well, y'all can go ahead and leave, and that way I can show her test, share with her test, or whatever the proper grammar is.